Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe now. On this channel, we talk about how to make money, we talk about lifestyle, and we even throw in some luxury cars as well. But the main purpose of this channel is to help you guys make money. Also, do me a big favor. Smash that like button for me. That will allow YouTube to show this video and my channel to more people. Thank you very much for that. Today we're going to be talking about how to use credit cards properly in order to make more money. The first way I use credit cards to make money is through the 30-day grace period that most credit card companies offer. Let me give you an example. I have a company that I do luxury watch sales. I buy and sell watches online. So I would use my credit cards in order to be able to buy a watch, and then I have a 30-day grace period which the credit card company provides me before I have to actually pay for that item. I go out and purchase that watch for $2,500. I go ahead and get that watch, I put it online. The goal is to sell it within that 30 days. When I sell the watch, then I take the proceeds, I pay down the credit card within that 30 days, and then whatever's left over is profit to me. And in that first scenario there, I didn't put any money out. I simply utilized the grace period that the credit card provider gave me. And I did that to my advantage and made money. Now, one thing I will tell you in that scenario, you will need cash in reserve. In case you don't sell the watch or you don't sell the item that you buy online, you'll need to take your cash out of reserve and pay your credit card off. That is what I recommend. So I always have enough cash on the sideline. So if I cannot sell that item within that 30-day grace period, I'm then able to reach into my cash and pay off my credit card. And then what I do is once I do sell that item, then I can replenish the cash in my cash reserve from the sale proceeds. So that's the first way I use credit cards in order to make money. The second way is through Cashback. Now, several of the credit card companies that have issued me credit cards, they offer cashback. One of my favorite ones, Bank of America, they offer a 3% cashback. And all that means is every time I use my card at specific places, like grocery stores to get gas, Costco, places like that, Sam's Club, I'm able to get a 3% rebate or cashback based on my purchase amount. So let's use this as an example. I go to Costco, I spend $1,000 on a computer. Now, with the 3% cashback, I would get a $30 cashback on that $1,000 purchase because they give me 3% back. But let me take it a step further with Bank of America. Since I have a good banking relationship with them, they're going to also give me an additional 75% cash back based on the $30, which in turn would be an additional $22.50. That computer I bought for $1,000, I'm going to get $52.50 back in cash back from Bank of America. If I use my Bank of America credit card over a 30-day period, and I use it a lot, I'm able to generate a nice cashback amount. The third way I can make money using credit cards is through fixed rate, low interest loans that credit card companies offer. I'll give you an example. I have a credit card where I have a $50,000 credit limit. That particular credit card company I can withdraw that $50,000 at a 4% fixed interest rate, and they collect the money up front. So out of that $50,000, they'll charge me 4%. I give them $2,000. Now I got $48,000 in cash. And I don't have to repay that $48,000 in cash in a lump sum for 18 months. So I can take that $48,000 over the next 18 months and I can invest it in assets that create more income for me. Assets like luxury watches, assets like stocks, assets like real estate if I want to. I also could take that money and invest it in a business that can also generate money. Now that particular one there, you really need to have cash reserves like I mentioned, because you do not want to be in a position where the 18 months come up and you are not able to pay that low interest rate loan off from your credit card company. So I always have enough cash set aside to be able to do that. But in my experience, I would take that $48,000 and I would turn it into $58,000. So at the end of that 18 months, I've made 10 grand on that 48 minus my $2,000 that I had to pay for the fee, for the fixed 4% fee. So in 18 months, I made 8 grand with no money out of my pocket. Again, guys, this video is about showing you different ways how to create money and leverage credit cards. It is not a video about going out spending money on a credit card that you don't have to be able to pay these credit cards off. It's not about that. If your financial situation is not to the point where you have cash reserves in order to be able to do this, then I don't recommend it. Now, at the end of the day, that's up to you. For me, I'm able to take that risk because I know what I'm doing, and I understand that I have cash on the sideline to get me out of trouble if I get into trouble with these credit cards. Now, some of you might ask, well, how do you get a $50,000 credit limit? Well, in my experience, there are a couple of things that come into play. Obviously, one is your credit. You have to have a good credit score. The second thing you gotta have is income. You gotta be able to demonstrate you have income sufficient enough to warrant a $50,000 line of credit from a credit card company. And I have both of those things. Another thing I'll throw in that I think the credit card companies look at is they look at your credit card utilization. For example, at all times, I normally have credit cards, multiple credit cards, with at least $100,000 in availability. Not that I use all of that, but I have it in availability. What I typically will do is I'll have one main credit card that I use on a day in and day out basis. And that's normally my Cashback 3% credit card. And I use that card, but I pay it off in most cases every month. And what happens is when I go to request an increase for my credit card, or I go to put in an application for a new credit card, the credit card provider can then go out to my credit report and see, okay, Richard has $100,000 in credit card availability. He uses X amount per month, but he always pays it off by the end of the month. So, based on his income, based on his credit score, and based on his good credit card utilization, we'll go ahead and give him a higher credit limit because he's demonstrated he understands how to use credit cards and then how to pay for credit card purchases in a timely manner. So I think those are the three things that they look at. They look at credit score, credit history. They also look at your income, and then they also look at your credit card utilization. Well, guys, this was just a video about how to utilize credit cards in order to make more money. Again, Have cash on the sidelines if you decide you want to use some of these techniques I just talked about, and you'll be fine. Other than that, be careful with your credit card usage. Use them properly. Don't get yourself in any trouble. Thanks for stopping by the channel and checking out this video. Again, if you're stopping by the channel for the first time, subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness and never stop believing in yourself. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.